You, sir. What do you think you are doing? You are not supposed to be on my desk. You're not supposed to be on my desk. Yet here you are, you little stink. Good thing you're cute. Hi friends, day 3 is here. Let's get started. So last night I didn't really film anything, but I did read the buddy read pages for A Blade So Black. And that last little block was a little more intense than the previous blocks. And so that was really interesting. We basically get introduced to a new character that directly affects Addison's character, and Alice, or Allison, is just kind of thrown in the middle of all of it. And man, like, it's gonna go down, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. Like, that, I was kind of feeling lukewarm about it until that block of pages. Now it's like, okay, yeah, I'm liking this. So, definitely excited for things to continue in A Blade So Black. But that is all in that one for today. So, today's my work day, so I have my read something outside of the house challenge. So for that, I'm going to be reading Phantom Tales of the Night Volume 3. This is one that I can easily, it's kind of a bunch of short story collections that all center around a certain character. So it's like a bunch of different stories that do tie together, but they don't tie together, kind of a situation. Anyways, I don't want to say more than that because it's kind of spoilery, but you are dealing with yokai, or demons, if you're unfamiliar with the term. And so yes, I'm definitely excited to be continuing on. Volume 4 comes out either later this month or next month, I can't remember, but it's coming out soon, so I wanted to get Volume 3 read. And then I did a poll on my Instagram last night between Rogue Princess and Hunting for a Highlander, and to see which one you guys wanted me to read next, and y'all picked Hunting for a Highlander, sorry, by Lindsay Sands. I've not read any Lindsay Sands, so this will be my first Lindsay Sands novel as well. I've had this one on my shelf for a while, so I'm excited to try it out. So this is the primary goal today, but this is a secondary goal. I'd love to get as far as I can in this today as well. So yes, at the very least, we're going to be reading Phantom Tales of the Night. Then we're going to get as far as we can in this. But yes, it's time for me to put on eyeliner and mascara and get to work. I used to do car vlogs all the time, guys. Like, I don't know if y'all have been around my channel for a while. I used to do them, like, constantly. And I loved doing car vlogs. I've actually thought about starting a different channel where I just vlog every time I get in the car and just kind of, like, put compilations up together of, like, all my car thoughts. Because I always do my best thinking in the car. So if y'all would ever be interested in seeing my car vlog thoughts, tell me down below. Because I might just be like blowing smoke and no one would even care about my thoughts in a car vlog. But anyways, so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to kind of share my reading story. If you guys are familiar with the challenges for the Reading Rush, one of them is to tell like a childhood story about reading or like a memory. And so I wanted to talk about how I've mentioned this like kind of in passing on my channel, a little more on my Instagram, but I had a dad, well, I have a dad who is a school teacher. And so because of that, they never shied away from encouraging us to read, pursue kind of any activity we wanted to. They were always very, like, supportive. Like, I really lucked out in the parents department. Like, I'm never going to say I didn't, because I totally did. My parents are awesome, like, to this day. Like, even they stopped by last night to drop something off, and they wanted to see the landscaping changes. Y'all didn't see it before, so I'm not going to bother showing you, but it's pretty bare bones now. It's quite the transformation, we'll just put it that way. And so because of that, when I was 8 or 9, I want to say, maybe a little younger, I can't remember. But somehow, I think it was it may have been for a birthday. Like, I don't remember. I think it was a birthday. But my parents, they bought me a paperback copy of The Secret Garden. I still have it. So when I get home today, I'll show you guys the actual physical copy. I'm actually going to go this way. Of this copy of The Secret Garden. And it is now, to this day, thrashed because I read it so much. I took it with me everywhere. I put stickers and stamps and all sorts of stuff inside it. And I just loved that book so much until I found a new favorite book. For about 2 years, that was my favorite book. I think my favorite book after that was Little Women. I ended up reading Little Women shortly after the original 1992 movie came out. I think it was a couple years later, so I was already very familiar with the movie. So my parents were like, well, go ahead and read the book, because technically it was above my grade level in reading, but I still understood everything that happened, and it was really fun. I still really enjoy Little Women to this day. I just had checked it out from my school library. It was some sort of really nasty, ugly copy that was clearly meant for libraries. And I have a new great one with scissors all over it now, which means the world to me because, one, that whole cutting hair scenario is like my daily life now, like at least my work life. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And I think that was really, when I got that copy of The Secret Garden, that was the moment I truly fell in love with reading. I mean, I always kind of enjoyed it. It was never an activity I disliked, but I really think that the whole finally having a book that was truly only mine, that I didn't have to share with my brothers, because my brothers weren't interested in The Secret Garden, let's be real. But yeah, it was one of those things where I felt like that book was truly mine. And it gave me a sense of ownership, and I ended up falling in love with the story on top of that. And so I just read it over and over and over again. And I even read it when I was in the middle of my divorce, which was about 7 years ago. It would have been 7 years ago now. It was 2013. And it felt like coming home to read that book again. And I just loved it. And that kind of helped me get back into reading. I guess I'm just going to give you my whole reading journey right now. When I was in my first marriage, I had a partner at the time that very much wanted all of my attention, I guess is the easiest way to put it. So doing a solitary activity like reading a book was not something that they cared for. And they would much rather have me sit and watch a TV show I've seen 7 or 8 times with them than enjoying reading. So if I did any reading during that marriage, it was always at work, or after he had gone to work or he had gone to sleep. He worked grapes for a while, so I would usually read after he left for work. That's also the period of time in my life when I discovered the Carpathian novels by Christine Peahan. Randomly, I was working at a Great Clips at the time, of all places, in the middle of suburbia, Utah, and somebody had left the 4th book in the series, Dark Magic. It's Grigori's book, if you're familiar with the series at all, and it is a seriously intense book. It has super problematic consent issues, and I'm not going to deny that. Most of the early Carpathian novels do. So if you're going to try the series, just be warned that consent is super murky for a while. But they were written in the late 90s, early 2000s, before we were really being okay, y'all, consent needs to be clear. And so I forgive them a little bit for that, just because it wasn't a conversation we were having. Anything after 2005, I've talked about this earlier in the vlog. If it gets murky consent after 2005, on its published date, I'm I don't know about you. And I deep dove that series for a while. I kept checking them out from the library, and I read the first 14 or 15 books in the series. I mean, there's 30 books in that series now. It's way long. I've been reading the more recently published ones, which They are so good. Sorry, y'all. There's construction, so, like, turns take twice as long right here. I skipped most of it by going the back way. That's why I went this way. So, like, honestly, as funny as it sounds, I wanted someone to want me as much as those guys wanted those women in that series. And I had a partner that, you know, I fully believe he cared for me in his own way, but it was not a way that I needed. I know he's married now, at least last I knew, he was married and happy and that life was good for him. And, you know, I'm married and happy and life is good for me, and that's all I could ever want. We were just not the right match for each other. Anyways, now I have a partner who fully supports my reading, supports my habit, like, oh, to an extent. He wishes I would spend less, let's be real. But anyhow, yeah, that's kind of just like my reading story, my reading journey. That's going to be a good chunk of this vlog, probably. Because I don't film too much when I'm at work, just for privacy purposes for the clients and things. So, anyhow, I'll check in with you once I finish something. But in the meantime, there's my reading journey, and I hope you enjoyed. Okay, bye-bye. Alright, so I just finished Phantom Tales of the Night, Volume 3. This is by Matsuri. In this one, I really enjoyed it because the owner of the inn, where people come and tell their secrets and things, has two companions, and we get some backstory on the two companions in this volume, and I really enjoyed the fleshing out of their backstories. I thought it was very interesting, very intriguing. The take on it was really interesting, specifically the spider. The spider is the one I've always been the most interested in as a character, honestly, and their backstory just made me all that more intrigued, and they basically ended up introducing a new character within this volume that I think is going to be really interesting going forward. And yeah, so I'm just genuinely excited for what's to come for this series. And I did thoroughly enjoy this volume. Solid 4, maybe 4.5 star. But it was really good. So now I'm going to go start that Highlander romance. I've still got time before my next client, so might as well get a chapter in before they get here, right? Okay, friends, work is over. I've got enough time that I think I want to run by my closest used bookstore and see if they have any more historicals with step backs in. I bought all the ones they had last time. I'm kind of in a step back mood. So I blame Jess from Peace Love Books. She's definitely like the step back queen right now. If y'all know of other people who love historicals and step backs, like, leave your recs down below because, man, I need to find more people reading them so I can better screen them. I only got one chapter of Hunting for the Highlander read while I was at work, and we already had like a steamy kiss and a nip slip, so I'm kind of here for it. We're definitely going to get more into that once I get home, but I'm going to make that stop on the way, so I'm going to drive over there, mask up, and then we'll go in. Okay, so let's go over what I picked up at Hideaway Books, which is my local used bookstore. It's right near where I work. I tend to stop by there about once, sometimes twice a week, depending. And I was able to get some step backs today, which made me really, really happy. But I also had a couple packages show up from Amazon, and I wasn't expecting anything from Amazon today. So part of me thinks they're early birthday presents because I have friends who have my wish list. And so that's what I'm thinking those are. So we'll go over those real quick. There are 2 packages from Amazon. And then I did stop by Barnes & Noble last night, but I forgot to show you what I got from there. So we'll go over those as well. So I'm not going to be hauling in every video, in every vlog, I promise. And like I say, some of this was very unexpected. So yeah, anyways, I just figured I was out in my car anyway. So I figured it would be that. So the first one I picked up was His Wicked Charm by Candace Camp. And it has this step back here. These are the Hideaway Books pickups, by the way. And then I have Julia London, A Courtesan's Scandal, which again has a step back. And I really like that picture. And then this one doesn't have a step back, but I thought the title was interesting. And it's The Wicked Ways of a True Hero. And I don't know, it's very Fabio feeling. You could see the bulge in his pants and everything. Like, I had to try it. This is by Barbara Metzger, I think is how you would say that last name. But yeah, I wanted to give it a try because why not? And then the last two that I got from Hideaway, so I really didn't spend a lot of money at all. They're both Stephanie Lauren's books, but they're older Stephanie Lauren's books. But the step backs were too pricky. I couldn't say no to them. So we have Two Distraction from the Bastion Club. And that step back, like, oh my word. Like, this photo isn't fantastic. Or painting or whatever. Either way, it's fantastic. And then from that same series, we have A Fine Passion. And this step back is glorious. It is so good. Like, I just can't even with it. So yeah, I am going to try a couple more Stephanie Lauren's, but they are older ones. And I think they're old enough as well that if for some reason consent is murky, I'm going to be a little more forgiving naturally. So that's everything that I got from Hideaway Books. Like I say, they're local use. They're in American Fork, Utah. That's the town in where I work and the town I grew up in, actually. And yeah, my cat is sniffing things. Hi, Kaladin. Are you coming to say hi to the people? Are you just going to be in the way? Are you just going to be like... Okay, he's done now. And Lightsong decided to jump on the cat tree, and that's what you're currently propped up on, so I'm very, very sorry if things are a little shaky. All right, so I've got the stuff from Barnes & Noble. We'll do those as well. So the first one here is Darkfire by Christine Peahan. I believe, from the names on the back, I'm pretty sure I've already read this one years ago, but I do plan on rereading a bunch of these within this series as well, so we've got that. And then we've got a couple of volumes of, well, we've got a few volumes of manga, I should say. So the first one here we have is Scarlet Soul. These are out from Tokyo Pop. I got volumes 1 and 2 to try. This looks like a historical fantasy romance kind of thing, and that's kind of my jam, and I wanted to give this series a try. Tokyo Pop is not my favorite publisher, if I'm honest, but some of the titles they bring out are really, really nice, so I wanted to give this one a try. And then we have Beastars Volume 7, which I have already read. Check out my most recent wrap-up. No, not my most recent one. The end of June one. If you want to know my thoughts on Beastars Volume 7. It was really, really good. I really like the direction of the series, so yes, definitely good. And I also picked up the final Complete Chi Sweet Home. This is part 4. I still need to read part 3, but I know that they're only going to be selling them in box sets coming up here soon. So since they had Volume 4, I went ahead and picked that up as well. And I did pick up one novel, and that is Romantically Challenged by Marina Adair. Adair, I'm not sure how you say that. But basically, I know this has some, I'm going to read the first, like, couple sentences of the description back here so you kind of get a feel for it. Growing up the lone Asian in a community of WASPs, I don't know what that stands for, W-A-S-P and then S. Annie has always felt out of place. Her solution? Start a family of her own. Not easy when every man she's dated, including her ex-fiancé, finds his person right after breaking up with Annie. So she's like the girlfriend before they find the one they're going to marry kind of situation. So I think it's just going to be interesting to get her love story. I think it's going to be really sweet. And it's out from Kensington. I tend to like a lot of what Kensington publishes, so I thought I'd give this one a try. All right, so those are the things that I've bought for myself. And I've got a couple things on the ground here that I'm not sure what they are. So let's go ahead and get into those. Let's hope there's notes. If there's not notes, then we're in trouble. But there doesn't look to be a note here. No notes. Okay, so first up we have The Wish Collector by Mia Sheridan. I've already listened to this on audio and absolutely adored it. This is basically about a man who has sequestered himself into this big property in which he lives. And then there's a ballet dancer named Clara who comes to this wall on the outside of his property that people make wishes on, and he becomes the wish collector, essentially. So he sits there and listens to her wishes, and they form a friendship through the fence, and then they start to get to know one another, and it's really sweet. It's really cute. I really enjoyed this one. And then there's also The Undying King by Grace Draven. This is, it looks to be a short novella, not quite 200 pages. Stories are told in whispers, even after so long, of a man whose fair rule soured when he attained eternal youth. Imprisoned by a sorceress wife in a city out of time and place, he has passed into legend. Few believe in him, and fewer would set their hopes on his mercy, but Imogen has no choice. To break the curse that's isolated her since birth, she'll find the Undying King and answer his secrets with her own. So, my cats are all over the place, guys. I'm really sorry. So, yeah. Anyways, more Grace Draven is always good. This is an author I've really been enjoying. Tends to do really good fantasy romance. And it'll be interesting to see how she does in a short form story. I've only read her longer ones. So, yeah. Whoever sent these, thank you. There's no note, so I don't know who you are, but thank you. I'm really excited to have a physical copy of this one and to read this one. And I have a feeling I know what this is, but I don't know who it's from, because something mysteriously left my wish list recently, and it is that. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I'm dead. Okay, so it's a little Kilala plushie from Inuyasha, and Kilala is like best kitty cat girl. I love her. And yeah, she is so stinking cute. I'm not sure where I'm going to put her yet, but I really love her. She's so cute. And I guess it's official merch. It says Inuyasha right even on it. So yes, she's adorable with her twin tails and everything. Like, oh, she's just cute. I love her. And again, there was no note. So whoever sent me Kilala, thank you. Because, yes, if you sent me any of this, please tell me so I can properly thank you. But yes, these are gloriously cute, and I'm so excited to have them, like, in my home. They are just the cutest, and I love it. Though Kilala doesn't stand up very well on her own, so I don't know how I'm gonna display her. Well, we'll have her propped up with something. All right, so from here, I'm probably only going to check in one more time at the wrap-up of the day. I might do some aesthetic shots and things, but yeah, you probably won't hear too much from me until the end, because all I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon doing is reading that Highlander romance that I started at work. Okay, friends, so let's wrap up everything for today's vlog. So first up, I did finish Phantom Tales of the Night by Matsuri. This is volume 3. I ended up really enjoying it. I enjoyed the backstory we got on some of the characters, especially Spider's character, and I'm really definitely looking forward to continuing on in this series. This is one that I typically have been taking it volume by volume, but I'm pretty invested in the duration of the story after 3 volumes. So I'm definitely interested. There's a lot to learn about these characters, and I'm definitely excited as to the direction it's going to go. And then I'm now about 150 pages into A Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. April, Sarah decided to join Lindsay and I on this buddy read. She's a day ahead of us at the moment. But yeah, she is going to join us, and it'll be fun to add her to the conversation, and I'm really looking forward to the next block of pages. And then I got 120 pages into Hunting for a Highlander by Lindsay Sands. I will be reading more of this tonight because, man, it continues to escalate up on the steam factor as I go. So there's a good chance that once I get this all edited together, I'll just be focusing on this most of the evening anyhow. So this may be done by tomorrow morning. We don't know. But anyhow, I will most likely work on this tomorrow and then actually work on Neon Genesis Evangelion mostly tomorrow. I'm feeling the itch to read some manga after reading Phantom Tales of the Night today. So I think that'll be a good time to get 1 or 2 omnibuses in, as well as finishing this tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you to whoever sent the amazing things from Amazon. If it was you, please reach out to me and let me know, because you all are amazing and I love each and every one of you so very much. You make what I do online so much more fun. And anyhow, I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Bye.